Yes, guys, hello and welcome back to the SpursRelated YouTube channel and podcast. I hope everyone is doing very well. Today, we have a match reaction, match review, match analysis of Brighton to Tottenham Hotspur 2. It was very much a game of two halves. We will get into things. In the end, I actually am quite happy with the point. I was quite optimistic about the game, but also had my reservations about, Brighton being a very solid team. But as I said, we're going to get into things, guys. Make sure you are coming into the chat and giving your thoughts as well. And as you can see, I am joined alongside Thomas Frank's AI son, Frank Thomas. Frank, obviously, we both just watched the game. Firstly, mate, first initial thoughts and how are you doing?
First things first, for anyone in power, in the police in this country, I did not watch the game. Just putting out there that I did not stream the game illegally.
Same.
Having watched the game, I'm disappointed they didn't win it because I think they were the better team by quite a long way. But on the flip side, the fact we were 2-0 down, a point, I would have taken a point beforehand. I'll certainly take a point being 2-0 down. But I did think we were in control, and I'm quite disappointed for that reason that maybe we didn't get a third. But a point away at Brighton is not a bad result whatsoever. Keeps us going, move us into second. All is good.
Absolutely, yeah. The point we will have to take, absolutely. And yeah, I just happened to watch the whole game as well from Chicago. Alan's saying, keep it calm, Jamie. You got my name wrong, but Alan's saying, hey, guys. How are you doing, Alan? How are you doing? But guys, make sure you're getting in your thoughts on the games. And also, while you're coming into the chat, make sure you're, of course, doing those three magical things. If you're watching offline or whether you're watching live, make sure you're hitting the like button. Make sure you're turning on the notification bells and make sure you're subscribing. If you are new, they are the three house rules when you join the chat, as well as letting us know your thoughts on the game as well and your player of the match. We're getting to things. Frank, I think probably a good first thing is to talk about the horrendous first half and then come on to the more positive second half. How we let Minte get through like that and walk around Vicario essentially. And then the second goal, Bergvall giving the ball away and then a scooped shot from Ayari and Vicario in absolute no man's land. I have my thoughts on Vicario's performance today as well to get into, but just first things first, talk me through that first goal and who was at fault.
I mean, I think there's a few of them. I think Mickey van der Ven's a problem in the first one. He steps up, he doesn't win the ball, and there is a big gap. And Minte's quick. He's a top player, and he capitalised on it. Right, he sits the goalkeeper down pretty easily. I'm not really sure where your Dodgy is on that left hand side either. I mean, he's kind of just non-existent. It was just a pretty poor goal to concede. And as you say, the second one, Bergvall gives it away after they were kind of messing about with it. Paulinho and Bentancur do not cover themselves in glory whatsoever. Just they kind of don't really press Ayari and let him sort of dribble in a couple of yards, and then he hits one, which is, don't get me wrong, it's quite a nice strike, but I have absolutely no clue what the goalkeeper is doing, and I'm not a goalkeeper myself, so maybe I don't see it, but I do not know what he was doing.
Yeah, Vicario hasn't had a good game, has he? Question here from Alan saying, was the high line the issue? I think it's certainly a part of it. And guys, I've got to just clarify, if I sound a bit different, it's because I've got a horrendously sore throat. I've got a bit of a virus. So, yeah, apologies if I keep coughing. I'll obviously try and mute my mic as much as possible. But I did want to get into kind of talking. We'll talk about the specific issues in a minute. And obviously, you've just highlighted a few there, Frank. But I think if we get into just talking about sort of our general thoughts on the players, because this screen I'm about to share, for me, doesn't actually accurately reflect some of the player ratings. As an example, I thought Udogie was probably our best player today, in my opinion. And the fact he's got a 6.6, this is courtesy of Flash scores, I don't quite agree with. However, it gives us some things to talk about, and it's just easily laid out. So I think, just to start with, Richarlison, yes, he scored, but for me, he had a better second half. He was holding the ball up quite well, but first half, he was a problem. I know he scored in the first half. I completely understand that, and it was an important goal. But I mean, he put it right in the middle of the keeper, didn't he? And the keeper kind of parried it in. So it wasn't exactly a worldie of a finish. And the only other thing I'd say about Richarlison is, to be honest with you, he looked very, very isolated, and he made a couple of shots in the first half, and you're just thinking, like, you know, what are you doing? And I'm sure you agree with me, because, I mean, you're not his biggest fan, are you?
No, I actually thought the first 25 minutes he started quite well. And I thought he was holding it all right. And he had the chance where Porro played quite a nice ball over the top and he hit the side netting, and he was playing all right. And then he started giving it away stupidly. And then he got taken out. And then he started fighting Veltman for no apparent reason when we were 2-0 down. And then he fell over so softly for the second goal. And then I just thought the second half, he was kind of the same. I thought the first 25 minutes, I thought he was great. And then after that, I just thought he was just bang average. He frustrates me. He frustrates me because he does stupid things, I think. It's not even just about him maybe not being of a certain level. He just does stupid things. Sure. And it's acts of stupidity that just really irritate me. Because it's like silly things. Like Romero, a couple of times he got booked. Porro, a couple of times, just stupid things. And if you cut those out, they'll be a good side. But we still have players like Richarlison who obviously do it more often than Romero, by the way, but players like Richarlison who do stupid things too often, and it is a big part of the problem.
Yeah, no, I agree with a lot of what you just said there. The only thing I don't agree with is I don't think he actually started the game well personally, but you know, fair enough. We all have different opinions, mate. Maybe if I watched it back, I'd agree with you. Finn's in the chat saying, "Afternoon, gents. Finn, hope you are well. Wow1, I believe you are a new subscriber. Big up yourself, Wow, or correct me if I'm wrong, but I hope you're doing well. Hope you're happy with the result in the end. And guys, give me a little 1 in the chat if you're happy with the draw in the end, and give me a 2 in the chat if you think we really should have got all 3 points today. Richie was dreadful other than grabbing that goal. Finn, I have to agree. I didn't think he had a good game. Richie annoyed me so much for the second. Just get up. And Finn saying, shame we didn't have Kolo on the bench today. Yeah, I think he's got a dead leg, apparently. Mirage is in here, says we cannot play Bentancur and Palhinha together. Again, proving that is another mistake. I mean, Frank, I want to discuss this at some point, because for me, playing those two together works in some games. But it's like the games like PSG, it's the games like Man City. It doesn't work for teams that really will not give you time on the ball, will press you, will overload you in the midfield. Bournemouth are an example of that, and Brighton today were an example of that. For me, Ayari, Gruder, and Baleba. I don't think Baleba had an amazing game, but Gruder and Ayari were brilliant. I think we can't play Palhinha and Bentancur. Although Bentancur did all right in the end of the first half, he didn't have an amazing game. He was part of that second goal. The first goal. But I just don't, for me, those two together, I've got my question marks. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm kind of the opposite, I think. Don't get me wrong. I don't think they were at their best. But I think Palhinha is really important. I mean, some of the tackles and things that he makes are so crucial. And I just think Bentancur is class next to him. I mean, I thought Bergvall was the worst of the three today. And that's not nothing against Lucas Bergvall. I just thought he was the poorest of the three.
I think Bergvall actually came into the game in the second half. I actually think
a little bit.
I agree. I think it was his worst game for a while, but I think Bergvall in the second half actually was like running his socks off. Like the engine he has is pretty underappreciated, and I think he put in a couple of really, really good tackles, one after another, to then cause an attack. He gave it to Kudus, who then I think whipped it in, and then I think we got a bit unlucky. But I think Bergvall's second half was good. I think Bergvall first half was horrendous.
Yeah. I mean, I think they maybe don't always work together in certain games, but I think there were slightly bigger question marks on that team today than those two in midfield. It's my personal hunch, my personal belief, sorry, which I mean, I think we'll get into, but I think the left-hand side's a problem.
Sure, absolutely. Guys, I can see the numbers are growing. Appreciate everyone joining in. I'm going to make this as interactive as possible. I'm going to keep talking about the player ratings for now. Please do me those 3 brilliant things you always do, which is hitting the like button down below, turning on the notifications down below. All 3, as well as the subscription button, are free to do so. And guys, let me know now, a bit of an interaction piece. Who was your man of the match from the game today? I'm going to catch up on the chat, Frank, and then we'll get back into things. Finn was saying we haven't won at the Amex in years. It has been a couple of years now, I think, 3 or 4. Finn saying I'd say both can work, but it depends on the opponent. Acid Twin, I believe you're a new subscriber as well. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm really sorry. I'm a bit off it today. Richarlison was a 3 at most, maybe a 4 for the goal. Chandy, big up yourself, saying great performance, great result against our bogey team. Kudos was a solid 8.5, and Palhinha as well. Alan saying he gave the ball away more than the decent moments for sure. I think we're talking about Bergvall there. Kudos, Alan says he's man of the match. Mirage is saying against pressing opponents, these two cannot play together. And if one has to start, it's Palhinha. This is exactly what I'm saying. I think we have a bit of a difference in opinion here, Frank. I would have honestly been happy seeing Scarlett come on for Richie for 25 or more. That's how poor Richie was today. Big up, lad, says Ghosted. Smash those likes. You're doing my job for me, mate. Appreciate it, Ghosted. Alan thinks Kudus was man of the match. So does Chandy, an insane player. Finn says Kudus as well. I think that's an overwhelming Kudus. I would say Kudus or Udoji. Frank, who was your man of the match today?
So I think the funniest part is, did you see, I don't know if you heard in the commentary, who actually got the official man of the match?
Was it for Tottenham and Brighton?
Yeah, for the whole game.
And was it a Tottenham player?
No, it was Kadioglu, who got rinsed every single time by Kudus.
He got rinsed by Kudus on this side.
He was awful.
But
Kudus probably would be mine. I thought he was excellent. Xavi Simons wasn't on the pitch long enough. I thought he was very good though. I thought Udoji was fantastic as well. So between those three,
you thought Xavi Simons was very, very, very good.
I thought he was excellent. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
He changed the game massively.
I think it's his better performance out of them so far, but I still think he's way off what we're going to see of him.
Possibly, but he still could have gotten the score sheet a couple of times. This little, like the one where he had saved, I think by Verbruggen, where he sort of went in and out of a few of them and sort of hit one and whipped it and he got saved. Things like that. We haven't had that from someone for a long while. I think he looked good today. He excites me again today. I think those, and I mean his bit of build up for the goal, for the Van Hecker own goal, is sensational.
True. But again, that was mainly for me. That was a lot of that was Kudus with an incredible ball.
It's a great ball, but I think it does come from Xavi Simons sort of taking it past one or two and putting a really good ball out wide.
Yeah, fair enough. I think the thing for me with Simons today, I think it was better because he was a lot more central, and so yeah, he did have more joy. But I think also, by the way, just to change up a little bit, I actually think Odebear had a better than a 6.3. I think he actually did all right on the left today.
I do.
And I've been saying to put him on the left because Tell's had his run. Simmons has tried it on the left. Odebear got his chance today. For me, out of the three, I'd say Odebear was the better out of the three.
Yeah, I thought Odebear was. I think the difference with Odebear, and I look at Kudus and I look at Simmons as well, when I compare the sort of that three behind the striker, is I think Kudus hurts you because he's direct. I think Simmons will hurt you because he's direct. Odebear can be direct, but I don't think he hurts you enough. I don't think I like him, by the way, but certainly today, I don't think at the moment he's hurting you enough. I still personally think that Tell would be my first choice out there at the moment if I had to pick one.
Tell over Odebear?
At the moment, yeah. I think if one's going to hurt you the most, I think it's Tell. At the moment,
mate, we're disagreeing a lot today. I don't agree. I don't agree with Tell over Odebear at all. Finn saying, "Gotta go, lads. Take care." Thank you, Finn, for tuning in. Alan saying, with Odebear getting to the line was refreshing. Odebear getting to the line. Mirage fan. Udoji, in my opinion, proved the left is his. He was very convincing for me. I agree. I'd rather have Spence on the right than Porro. Pedro's hasn't started off the season well. Let's talk about Pedro Porro, mate, because I didn't think he had a good game at all. Let's see what the ratings were giving him on Flash scores. 7.4. See, I think that's flattering for him. I don't think he had a 7.4 performance personally. What do you think?
I thought he was awful.
I would give him a 6 at best. 6 at best for Porro, mate, for me.
I said it recently that I know his numbers. We showed that graphic the other day. His numbers were fantastic. I just don't think that he's actually been that great. In any of the games yet. He was decent away at City in the second half, but I'm not sure that he's been that great other than that. And I just thought, I saw a stat that he put in 15 crosses today and only one of them was accurate. And I think that's just not good enough. That's just not good enough at all. I want him to keep starting, of course, but I think you need to something's got to, he's got to wake up a little bit because I think the keeper's good enough.
Yeah, 100%. Chandy saying Tello Rodabert, come on, bruv. I mean, let's make this into an interactive piece. By the way, I know we're talking about the game, not about Tell versus Rodabert, but it brings up different talking points, guys. So whack in the chat if you had to pick either Rodabert or Tell for the next game on the left wing. Put a 1 for Tell and put a 2 for Rodabert. For me, it's 2 Rodabert. I think he had a better game than Tell has on the left so far. In my opinion, it'd be interesting to see. I've got to remember what I said now. I said 1 Tell, 2 Rodabert, didn't I?
I think so.
I should have just asked people to put their name. I don't know why I've done that.
To be honest, I really like Rodabert, by the way. I really like Rodabert, and I think he can be a really good player. I don't know. Right now, I think Tell needs I think they both need longer runs in this squad, to be honest. But something screams out to me about Tell. I want to see him. I want to see him playing. I like him. I thought he had a decent game against West Ham. Probably went quite under the radar. I like Odobert did today, but I want to kind of I want to see him get a proper run, Tell, because I think he's gonna be a good player.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, a lot of interactions, guys. Really appreciate you. Fast fingers as always. Kudus is a baller, says C-Max. Completely agree. You've gone for a 1, which I believe is Tell. Michael saying Bergvall was pure crap today. Back to his usual sloppy ball handling like last season. I think that's hard. I agree. I think he was a bit sloppy today, especially in the first half. Matt's saying 2 for Odobert. So we've got Tell. So we've got 2 for. I'm trying to work this out. I can't. My brain's done.
Whichever one's more is going to be Odobert.
Yeah, two for me is 70% here, right? Or is it? It's quite close. It's quite close. Real Tumley's gone 1. Mirage has gone 1. Ross has gone 1. But Mirage said, honestly, give me Mikey Moore over the 2 of them. Real Tumley says on point Frank. 3 for me. Neither. Just made up a number. Win Kiang on Facebook saying we have to give chances for Colin Wani instead of Richarlison. He was injured today. Win, unfortunately. But yeah, shame he was injured. As Chandy said, I actually go with Richie on the left. You've lost me here, Chandy. You've lost me here. Odobert looks better overall with the Doji even last season. Yeah. Okay, guys, one more interaction piece and we'll get into sort of the stats of the game and the main talking points. Give me the top 3 players for Tottenham today. I'm going to go and give you mine. I would go, if we go back to this, I don't think this is completely accurate. The 3 best players for Spurs for me today was Udogie, Kudus, and I'm going to say, I think I'm going to go Palhinha, but you'd say Simmons off the bench, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think so. So I just read on FootMob that Richarlison got man of the match on FootMob, which...
Yeah, I don't get where people are seeing that.
It's incredible. No, I thought that Kudus, Udogie, and Simmons. I thought Simmons changed the game when he came on. I think Palhinha was probably there or thereabouts as well. I thought he played really well.
Mm-hmm. Matt Philo is going Udogie, Kudus, and Palhinha. Exactly what I just said. Exactly what I just said. I'll tell you what. Let's quickly switch and talk about the stats of the game and is a draw a fair result, Frank, is my question for you.
I mean, I think we had pretty sort of similar numbers. I think on the balance of play, I think we probably were the better team. As in, we had in the first 20 minutes of the second half, we had 80% possession. That I think we were the better side. But the balance of play, I mean, their expected goals were slightly higher. They had more shots and more on target. So the argument is that we probably didn't deserve the win. I mean, if you click on second half, I'd like to see what the difference was, the split in the second half.
Yeah, so this was first half. We actually had more possession, but we were terrible with the ball.
Yeah, I mean that's quite incredible, really. I mean, to be honest, I thought we played really well in the second half. I thought we played quite well in the first half. Actually, I thought we played really well in the second half, though. I'm disappointed that we've not won it. I'm pleased because we were 2-0 down. So it's quite a weird sort of feeling. I saw Palhinha said that they leave and they're all very unhappy, which is a positive. It's a good thing, but yeah, it's a little bit disappointing that they haven't got all 3 points.
Are you a bit surprised with the stats there? For me, it seemed like very much a game of 2 halves. I thought Brighton were a much better team in the first half, and I thought second half we were all over them. I don't think for me that shows a game of 2 halves. And in fact, XG wise, we only had 0.3 in the second half. Would you say that part of that is because we didn't really get into too many goal scoring positions, but just had a lot of the ball?
Yeah, we got into good positions and put the ball across a lot, and that's why I kind of was sort of certainly when I was sat at home watching it, pioneering for Johnson to come on, because I thought Johnson would suit it. That the ball's going across the box constantly, and we were sort of not getting on the end of them or whatever. He's good at that. Simmons had a couple of chances. He probably should have scored or at least got it on target. The second one that sort of trickled wide. But I'm a little bit surprised. But then thinking back, I mean, how many times did we actually test the goalkeeper? Very, very few, really. So, yeah, as I say, I'm a little bit surprised, and I'm disappointed we haven't won it. But all in all, I think a point away at Brighton is a pretty good result.
Well,
There'll be plenty of teams. Sorry, I was going to say plenty of teams will go there and struggle and lose this year, as City already have this year. So plenty of teams will struggle. So I don't think it's a result.
Sure, yeah, exactly. Mirage is saying the first goal was our mistake, and the second was a worldie and a Vicky howler. Yeah, it was an awful bit of goalkeeping for Vicario. I want to talk about him in a minute because, I mean, maybe not explicitly on this channel, but definitely when I go on other channels and I'm asked about Vicario, I always say he's not a world-class keeper. He has his weaknesses. One of them is his ability on the ball. I think he's sketchy. I think from crosses he's an absolute nightmare. We saw that under Ange, and I think sometimes he makes silly mistakes, and today was one of them. I don't know what he's doing for that second goal, but he's had an absolute nightmare. Ronnie's saying 1 point from 6 against Bournemouth and Brighton is just not good enough. I agree with you, mate. I think it's annoying that we've dropped 5 points there, but listen, at the end of the day, also we've only lost one game this season so far, so that is a positive. Chandy saying the first goal with our high line gave me flashbacks to last season. It was a bit Ange ball at one point, wasn't it, mate? It was a bit Ange ball, that's for sure. Frank, in terms of we've just talked about Vicario there. Let's have a word about him because we have to, right? And I've just realised that Man United Chelsea's on now, isn't it? So I'm sure people are watching that in the background. Big up to you guys staying and watching us though over that rubbish game, Please do make sure you are hitting the like button, guys. Make sure you are turning on the notification bell if you are new, and make sure you are subscribing if you are new. All three are free to do so. If you are kind enough to put in a super chat or be a member, your memberships go a long way because you can come on the channel and have your say. In fact, if there's any members in the channel chat now, come on and have your say. Like, you can come and talk about the game with us. And also a membership means you get priority in the chat. But Alan said apparently he was adjusting his feet when the shot came in. What do you make of Vicario, Frank?
It's really difficult because I think he's usually a good shot stopper. I think this is a little bit of a case of when we saw at Arsenal, and not to talk about them too much, but when Ramsdale changed to David Raya, and everyone kind of questioned it and go, well, why? Because it's actually an upgrade. I think if Tottenham want to compete at the top level, which I think they do, I think you can upgrade on him. Whether Kinski's the upgrade in 2 years' time or a year's time, maybe he'll be better, I don't know. But I think they should probably be looking to upgrade longer term. For now, I think he's a good enough shot stopper. I don't know what he's doing for that. I don't think he's good enough with the ball at his feet. I think his distribution is pretty poor. But listen, I'm not going to have a go at him after one game because he was also the reason we didn't concede 6 against Bournemouth, and he's kept a number of clean sheets and whatever. So but it did feel like he had quite a shaky game on the whole today, that a lot of what he did just felt wrong and uncomfortable. And that is not what you want from your goalkeeper, to be honest. And I find that sometimes as well with Mickey van der Ven. Not in a bad way, but I feel like a lot of what he does, it looks chaotic. I think because he's so big and so quick, it looks chaotic. And so, worryingly, Romero is the only one that gives me any form of calmness and comfortableness in that sort of triangle back three, and that to me concerns me, given how we're looking to play and build up. And so I think he is probably a little bit of a problem going forward. Not a major one just yet, but certainly one to start thinking about.
Do you think we'll look to get a new goalkeeper in January, maybe, mate, or is it too early to say that?
I don't think so. My hunch is that they will hold out till next summer. They will see what position Kinski's in. Obviously, he'll play, I imagine, on Wednesday night, Kinski against Doncaster, and they'll go from there. If he has a great game on Wednesday night and he's brilliant, and then maybe he'll get given the Wolves game next weekend. My hunch is that he won't, and I think they'll keep Vicario. But listen, I think coming next summer, they'll see see how they've both had season-wise. How they both got on and go from there.
Sure. Guys, let us know what your thoughts are on Vicario. I'm going to catch up in the chat in just a minute. I just found something that's quite interesting in terms of the momentum that shows a bit of a more of a clearer story for me about the game. And this is pretty much spot on, right? This tells the story that first half, like you were saying, Frank, we started off all right. Then Brighton got the goal. It kind of was all Brighton. Then we had a better end to the first half. Then they got a goal on sort of, I guess, in a way, on the run of play, right, with that Bergvall mistake and Vicario mistake. End of the first half, we had a good spell. Richarlison got his goal. And then we came out in the second half, and I thought we looked decent. Brighton then had a bit of a spell. Then we go in, and we're like battering them. I'm thinking we're going to score in a minute. The own goal comes. And then as soon as we score, Frank, it looked like Brighton were going to win the game, not us. Why did we do that?
I think it was probably Brighton woke up a little bit. Nerves, possibly. A bit of a few different things, but it was quite a poor end to the game when momentum was probably on our side. But yeah, I mean, as I say, I think all in all, I thought we were the better team, and I think there is enough to take from it positively that I'm happy with. But sorry, there's a comment there. I should probably say it. Robert Sanchez just got sent off after 3 minutes for Chelsea.
No way.
Speaking of goalkeepers, but yeah, that's the thing. I think for the large parts of that game, I think we were massively in control. I just think, that little end period, we maybe struggled a little bit. Maybe we just got tired. Maybe we've sort of given a lot for those last sort of 30 minutes before, or 20, 30 minutes before that, and maybe we were just tired. I think that's probably a problem, because I think they work so hard for Thomas Frank and that system that it probably does knacker you out pretty quickly. And I think I'm surprised Pape Sarr didn't come on, to be brutally honest. I think the game would have suited him in those last 20 minutes.
He didn't come on at all, did he?
No, and it's a bit of a shame that Kudi's played the whole 90 again. He needs a real rest. I don't want to see him anywhere near that squad on Wednesday night. I want him left out completely. And then listen, we'll go from there, and I hope. Wolves had another bad result today, so they've lost 5 from 5. So you should really be looking at that next week as a win, really.
That should be a signature win, right? That should be a 3 or 4-0 win to really put a statement down. If we start struggling against Wolves, by the way, guys, we are really tailing off. I'm going to quickly also share my screen again. Have a little quick look at the Premier League table, guys, because I mean, we do seem a little bit negative at times here, but let's be honest, mate, it's not been a bad start. We're second in the Premier League. We'd have taken that all day, every day of the week. We've played 5, won 3, drawn 1, and lost 1. And our goal difference is +7, which is, I think, the second best in the whole league. 10 points from 15. Obviously, Liverpool are just a different animal. I think they're going to run away with the league, personally, for me this season. Arsenal are yet to play, so you'd probably imagine they may go above us. But let's be honest, mate. Doesn't look like Chelsea are going to win now, so we should still be above them. We're saying that Man United would probably lose against 9 men the way they are. It's definitely not a bad look, is it, guys?
It's not. I do. The bit that makes me laugh is, I mean, I don't know what you had. I don't know if you did your predictions at the start of the season. I had Tottenham 6th. Right, and I imagine most people probably had Tottenham between 6th and 10th. I would imagine, right? Just come off the back of 17th, Champions League. Obviously, it hasn't really kicked in yet, but whatever. And people are genuinely so unhappy that we didn't beat Bournemouth and Brighton. And I understand they're on paper winnable games and games you should win. But all in all, we've had a very, very positive start. A very, very positive start. We've gone away to a team that we don't usually win at. A team who have already beaten City at home, a difficult place to go. Brighton are good at home, a difficult place to go. We've gone there. We were 2-0 down. It didn't start well. We've come back. We've drawn. We probably should have won, but fine. We've drawn the game. We've had a decent. We've had a brilliant start. If someone said to me at the start of the season you can get 10 points in the first 15, I would have ripped their arm off. I think it's been a great start, and I'm very happy. Considering our next 3 games now are Wolves at home, Leeds away, and Villa at home. There's a real opportunity for at least 7, if not 9 points there. And so we could be in a really, really good position after, from 8 games. I can't speak, 8 games in, and we're on 17 or 19 points, whatever, would be definitely in the top 3 or 4, and that in itself is positive. So I'm very happy. I don't think it's been the easiest of starts ever. I know West Ham aren't that great, but it's a game that we usually struggle in. Brighton away is a game we usually struggle in. City away is not easy. I get we do all right there. It's not easy. Bournemouth are a good side, and Burnley, you just had to be professional, and I think we've got over the line in the majority of them. I think we've done well. So I'm very, very pleased so far.
Sure, and absolutely, mate, absolutely. And I'm going to catch up on the chat. Also, talking about flashbacks from last season, we nearly did them 3-2 after being 2-0 down, which would have been a nice one to turn around after last year, after last year's PTSD. Fernando saying we need better quality up top. Once Xavi is integrated properly, we'll look better. I was saying this before, but Archie offers defensive assertiveness like Bentancur and can move the ball as well. Sar Odegaard, what a name that is. I mean, no Odegaards in the chat, please. No, I'm only joking. I'm only joking with you. Hope you're doing well. If you are on Facebook or Twitter, guys, make sure you are coming over to the YouTube and hitting subscribe. And if you are sitting in the YouTube chat as well now, guys, make sure you're hitting the like button. Make sure you're turning on the notification bell. This one is super important, the notification bell, guys, because we're going to do a video probably after this or tomorrow, breaking down the tactics, breaking down the analysis, and breaking down the key parts in the game today that maybe you didn't see and didn't pick up on. So Frank and I would always do a deep dive, and we spend a good amount of time preparing for those videos. So we'd really appreciate it if you tuned into those ones as well. And make sure, of course, you're subscribing if you are new. A couple more comments. Kinski has to start against the Doncaster. Roy's saying Xavi is not fully fit. He looks a bit off to me, although having said that, he should have scored today. He did have a couple of chances, didn't he? We've talked about that. Welbeck, at least he didn't score the winner. That would have been a bad game, wouldn't it? Dafar Sher is in here with his looks like almost you're carrying a rhino rather than a fish there, mate. Only outlet was tired, then subbed off. I'm guessing we're talking about only outlet was tired, then subbed off. Odebear, maybe. If Sar or Archie started over Bentancur, we would not have had a draw. Sar plays against Doncaster, rotation and rest. Hopefully City beat Arsenal, says Ghosted. And a couple more comments. This was a great weekend to gain a couple of points on the ones below us. Chandy saying it's been a great start to the season, given the league form we had last year. Top 4 at the end of the season with some long cup runs, maybe a cheeky League Cup, is a very successful year. Come on, you Spurs. Spot on. I completely agree with this comment. And Hey Dave is saying terrible ball control and crossing. Xavi should have been subbed in earlier, says Hey Dave. Ad Elmore on Facebook. Big up yourself, mate. And congratulations if you got married recently. Around good performance. Just need a bit more composure in front of goal. Absolutely, yeah. I think a striker or maybe a left winger and a striker in January may be on the cards at the moment, guys. I think that's for sure. Okay, final points, Frank, and then we'll wrap things up. And guys, like I said, please do make sure you are hitting the like button. I know I've asked you 3 times. Subscribe if you're new and turn on the notification bell, because we're going to do a video breaking down what we learned from the Brighton versus Tottenham game. And then these videos are something we want to do regularly with a deep dive analysis. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. And if you do want to see that, please give me a little interaction and give me the ones in the chat. One, if you want to see those offline videos as well, and make sure you got your noti bells on for them. Mirage fan is saying maybe Brennan could do a number until Rondo, Koala, Moani, and Dom are fit. What do you reckon about Brennan Johnson up front, mate?
I don't think he's good enough at keeping the ball with his back to goal, personally. I think he's quite weak in that sense. I think he could do a job, but I don't know if he'd do much better of a job than Richarlison does, to be honest. Although I think he's a better finisher than Richarlison. I think they need to get Solanke fit. I don't care what they do, what magic sponge they use with him, but they need to somehow get him back, because I think we will really reap the rewards of him being back when he is back. And I think everyone will kind of realise how good he actually can be when he's back, when he's fit. I kind of agree with that comment. I'd rather Matisse Tell, I think, if they're going to use someone else up front now, because I think Tell can play with his back to goal, but is also bright enough to be able to turn and play that way. So yeah, I'd go Tell. I think if they're going to switch up next week, which I think they will. Interesting. But yeah, Dom, we need him back, seriously.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, I think Solanke maybe has been a little bit forgotten about in terms of what he can bring to the team. Of course, he's not an absolutely world-class player. We know that, but certainly has his up moments, and certainly has his good attributes that can be very important to the team. Dom, we need a midfielder that can control the game, says Ghosted. Interesting. And also, where does Kulu slot back into this side? I don't even know. It's good. It's a good problem to have with Kulusevski and Madison and everything else. So that's for sure.
Sorry, can I just
Frank,
quickly
any sort of final?
Not Spurs. I know it's not Man United related, but Man United are beating Chelsea, so good news for Spurs.
Are they?
Yeah, Bruno Fernandes just scored.
Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. Guys, one more thing to Alan saying, great minds think alike. Guys, we are 1 subscriber away from 4.4K. So if there's anyone in this chat right now on Facebook, on Twitter, come over to YouTube and hit the subscribe button. If there's people in the YouTube chat that aren't subscribed as well, please make sure you have hit that subscribe button, because we are 1 subscriber from 4.4K, and then we are marching on to 5,000 subscribers. So please do make sure you're hitting the like, turn on the notification bell, and subscribing if you're new. And Paulinho, solid and a great signing, says Ad. Frank, final points from you.
I'm pretty pleased. If someone told me 5 hours ago it was going to finish 2-2, I would have taken it. I was disappointed that we were 2-0 down. I even thought with 2-0 that we could get back into that game, though. I thought there was serious potential, but we were still getting into good positions. But all in all, good result. On to Doncaster and then Wolves, which is really important next Saturday night.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Guys, before you all click off the video, we are going to wrap things up in just one moment. But as I was saying earlier, we are going to do a tactical breakdown for the game that's just been, with the key findings, the key pieces of analysis, and we'll bring up the tactics board and really show you what you may have missed from the game. So please let me know in the live chat right now if you want that. Just put a little 1 if you want that video. And if you do want that video, please do me 3 favors. Make sure you've hit the like button on this video, turned on the notification bell so you'll never miss that video and any other live stream, and subscribe if you are new. And the 4th thing that I would love you guys to kindly do is check out Frank's channel down below in the live chat, which I'm about to put in multitask central for a second. But please go and check out Frank's channel and subscribe, because Frank, how many subscribers are you off 300 now?
7, I think. 6 or 7, I think.
Okay, so guys, please click on Frank's channel. I've just put it into the live chat now, and go and subscribe to Frank as well. That would be greatly appreciated. Sorry, 1 second, my YouTube is glitching out. You now have it in the live chat, so please go and click on that and subscribe to Frank's channel. If you are new to his channel as well, that's there. Subscribe and just give you the streams and videos in your feed. It costs you nothing. Exactly that. So please do that. And guys, thanks for also subscribing to this channel. We're now on 4.4K, so we're marching on to 5K. Exactly. Happy 3 points weren't dropped. Let's stay positive about the Tottenham. Take the afternoon off, lads. I wouldn't want to make you break that game down. It was horrid. Listen, that's what we do. We love to point out some positives and negatives from the game. But guys, really appreciate you all joining today. As I said before, make sure you're hitting the like button on this stream. Make sure you're hitting the notification bell and subscribing. Go and check out Frank's channel where he does even more deep diving analysis videos. And we'll see you very soon for another live stream or another video. And remember, as always, come on, you Spurs! 2nd in the league, we'll take it.